Hello.
Oh, hi. I was reading Aunt Judy's comment. She's like, maybe David's not on today and we can just talk. Thanks a lot, Aunt Judy. What the hell? Yeah, see right there, right? Thanks to my Aunt Judy for always being supportive. But I am obviously kidding. I think, oh, that was Teethy. Well, she was supposed to be on the show today. I'm glad you're watching, Teethy. It's just like this. It could have been easy. You would have been sitting here. We would have had a good time. Hello, Marcy. Glad to have you back. I spoke to Marcy last week because I'm like, what the hell's going on? And she's doing okay. Her Reds went on that crazy winning streak, and then they lost to the Braves. Don't feel bad. I'm a Mets person. We always lose to the Braves. Hi, Ange. Hello, Jenny Cone Sanchez. A week late. Yeah, Teethy, you are lame, but that you are adorable, so it's quite all right. I really wanted this, the one we're putting on the screen right now, on the podcast today, right here, because she is adorable and fun and young, and it's always fun to talk to somebody really young and see what their opinions is about lots of stuff. Yes, and Marcy, I believe, lost her grandpa, and absolutely our condolences to you. Yes, Tuesday ago's funeral was last week. I'm doing well, and I'm no longer a caregiver. Yeah, it's so weird. Marcy was telling me some of the same stuff that happened to my friend Chrissy, who watches this show. My friend Rick Newman died kind of the exact same way in her care, not in her care, but in the living room. These women, you never hear the same story. You never hear men taking care of women. It's always the women taking care of the men. I don't know why that is. It's just the way the world works or something. And I don't think men can handle it. Women are just really good at it. Anyway, before we go on, let me just say hello and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. It is so great to see everybody. We have such a terrific show for you today. No guest today. Our guest, Teethy bailed on us. It's all right. I'm just kidding, Teethy. I love you. But we've had guests for the past 3 weeks, and it's been great. And last week was so great, in my opinion, that I just didn't need another. I was like so happy with that episode with Joey Cola. I really loved it. I almost watched it back, which I never do because I just can't. I can't. But it was. I thought it was so interesting. I hope you guys did too. Talking about the way we started in comedy. Again, we're not huge, comics in the sense of, Sam Morril or Attell or people like that, but we still have been doing comedy for a long time. We're known, but not well known. So I like the process of how people kind of start, and let alone the fact that he was the headliner the first day I got paid to do comedy is really something else. I love that story. So what a terrific guy, and a do-gooder, and tries to help the planet, and has a good marriage. So everything about him is kind of a joy. And could you think of anything better? Thanks, Andrew. I'm glad you thought he was amazing too. Anonymous. I tried to see The Cure on Thursday. Or maybe you heard the podcast already. That's why. Yeah, I tried to see The Cure at Madison Square Garden. They did 3 nights. Tried to see them Thursday. We just couldn't score the tickets. That would have been terrific. I heard Robert Smith's voice. Still sounds terrific. Anyway, this is the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. I am Dave Juskow. I'm here with the lovely Mike Suarez, as we are here every Tuesday. Yes. Next Tuesday, I think Mike might do the show with either him or a host on Monday. I'm going to take a day off from everything. The Juskow in the City and Billy Joel. It's the 4th of July. I'm taking a break, but Mike will either bring you the show himself on Monday at the same time, Mike, at 6.
Yes.
I guess I'll let everybody know.
We'll find out.
Right. And we'll get either a guest host or Michael do it himself. So tune into that. Otherwise, I get it. I like taking a break once in a while, recharge, and then we go all the way to August, and we take a break at the end. Normally I would say, like, well, now I won't take a break, but you need that break just before September because, fall is the greatest. The football, I'll be teaching again. It's going to be great. I like a little break just beforehand. Damn it. Sorry, everybody. I don't know how to turn off my notifications. And people always like to text me while I'm doing the show. Marcy, can't believe you did that last week. It was hilarious. I can't get mad at anybody that they don't know. Isn't it funny when you're when you're like playing a video game on your phone, or you're doing something furious on your phone, like shopping or something, right? You're doing something on your phone, and people keep texting you, and you're so mad at them when they're texting you. You're like, how can they not know that I'm in the middle of purchasing a table? Like, right? Isn't it like that? You get so mad at the people, and then you have to remember they have no idea that you're doing that, and they're just trying to connect with you. or is that just me? I don't know. It could just be a Dave Juskow thing. I mean, why does she keep texting me? Especially that girl we had on with the Bitcoin thing, Mike, Sophia.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she does that all the time to me. It's like 7, 8, 9 texts at once. But she's so adorable. I let it go.
Comprando una mesa.
And Marcy, do not apologize, please. I do not feel I was just busting on you. I couldn't care less. I know what you were going through, and you are just a delight. And I'm glad we got to talk. And I am sorry about the Reds. I still haven't finished the intro. We do this to promote the great Comedy Cellar. I have news about the Comedy Cellar. First things first, if you were here tonight in the West Village of New York City, where it's Pride Month, and hopefully you weren't here on Sunday for the Pride Parade. Hey, I don't care who it is. Parades suck. I heard David Tell didn't even come down, and it has nothing to do with gay or anything. It's just volume of people. When you go to a place every day, and then all of a sudden it's one day, Halloween and Pride Day, we're just too old to mix it up with all these people. So I heard, poor outside Steve downstairs was like, I got to leave early for work. He had to work. The club is open. It has to be open. It's like being, yeah, right, Anonymous, damn well. So anyway, if you were tonight, you'd be able to see, in case you have shut up, Ange. I hate that when you guys put that up there. Right. This is tonight's show. Robert Kelly is on one-man show. Brian Scott McFadden is here. Joe Mackey, who I actually asked. This is great, Mike. This is fantastic. Look at all the shows. That's the one I got. I got Brian Scott McFadden right there. I asked Joe Mackey to come on the show today, actually. I asked Mark Norman to come on the show today because I've been working with him.
Oh, he's doing Tuesday with Stories.
What?
He's at the Gramercy right now.
That's exactly what he said. How did you know that?
Because, why wouldn't I know that?
So I asked Joe to come on, and he works, I think, at Fox News at the, what is it, the show? The
Red Eye.
No, it's called something else now.
Oh. I was
Gutfeld.
Oh, that's right. Gutfeld.
Right. So he said he would be work. Otherwise, he would have come in, and boy, wouldn't he be fun. In Vegas, we have 3 friends there, which is, Nick Griffin, right? If you're in Vegas this week, Alan Havey, who's a living legend, and Dennis Blair, who we were talking about last week, remember? Who used to work with Rodney all the time, a great guy. And Marshall Werf, that's a terrific Vegas lineup for this week if you're at the Rio. I think Mark Cohen takes Tuesdays off, and she's the Tuesday MC. But otherwise, Mark Cohen is usually there, and that's all friends of Mark Cohen. So that's going to be a quality show in Las Vegas, the Comedy Cellar. Let me tell you, the new Dave Juskow show will be Monday, July 31st. At 7:35 at the Fatback Bar. Monday, July 31st, the second episode of Make Them Laugh will be performed on that day. The comics yet to come. I just found out about it yesterday. And hopefully, like we've always said, there will be more to come. But for right now, the show, the Dave Juskow program. Oh, Jenny, right? I want to go to Vegas too. I love Nick so much. So the show, July 31st, make sure come to New York City. Stop fooling around. Get over here. See one of the shows. See me on stage. It actually happens once in a blue moon. And it'll be super fun. So, Catalina, get over here. What are you waiting for? Come from Chile just to see a Monday night show of idiocy. She's going to be there. She's so young. She comes all the way from Chile. She's like, this is what I came all the way for this. to watch Dan Natterman do comedy. I'm kidding. Natterman was brilliant last time anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see Catalina's not here, but that's why we can make fun of her. So that's the news for this week, which is great. And which we didn't get to talk about stuff. Mike and I worked together 2 weeks ago, 2 Saturdays ago at that place in Jersey. Oh, how was last week?
Oh, it was great.
Who was the MC?
The guy who went last when you were there, Derek.
Derek. Was he black?
No, the white guy. The giant white guy.
The which white guy?
The giant white guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, that's right. Was he good?
I never saw him perform.
We'll say
I was
no.
first, so I was outside the
Obviously, I'm the best MC, so it's all right. No, so
door.
they
He was great. I'm just playing.
replaced me, and because I had to go to a retirement party, which I actually just came from my office, and another retirement party, because that's what we do now, retirement parties and funerals. But so it was fun, though. You had a good time again?
Yes, sir.
Well, Mike and I performed together 2 weeks ago. We just didn't talk about it because Joey was here. And we had a really good time. And then we drove home. And I said, Mike, let's stop at the wings place because, you haven't had these wings. I keep talking about them all the time. And usually I only go in the fall. But once in the summer, I like to have my fix of wings. And if you've been listening to Juskow in the City, you know where this is going. I can't stop talking about it. Jenny, we can't wait for that too. And we go to the place and I see the guy that works there. His name's Tommy, and he just graduated. He just got his master's. So we're talking about that because I don't see him. I haven't seen him since January, since football stopped. He goes, Dave, you're not going to, oh my God, I got my master's. So much has happened. Right, Mike? He talks like that, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking for 15 minutes. And I don't know what Mike's thinking. He's just like, when are we going to order? And because we talked for a very long time. I was actually surprised he had that much time to talk because the bar was kind of crowded.
I thought we were doing a podcast.
Yeah, I know. But I really like the guy. I hadn't seen him in a while. And I know Anonymous, shut up. And well, you heard the podcast, but many people here have not heard the story, Anonymous. So anyway, we go, no, he's like, so what do you guys want to drink? I'm like, no, we don't want anything to drink right now. We want to get wings. And he's like, oh, the kitchen is closed. And I'm like, the kitchen's closed. It's a Saturday at 11 o'clock in New York City. It's a sports bar. The Yankees are on the West Coast. What are you talking about? He goes, the kitchen closed while you were talking. So I wasn't mad, but it was really annoying because it just sucked. And then we just went to Taco Bell. It sucked. It was such a bummer, right, Mike? So Friday, my sister and I went to see Funny Girl. Oh, hi, Catalina. We were just mocking you. I mean, saying, where are you? My sister and I went to see Funny Girl on Broadway, and we went to get wings after because, Mike, I was dying. It's like you can't just dangle them in my face and tell me, right? So I'm like, I got to get those wings. So I was really happy. Damn it, I had pictures too. I could have showed you. I didn't. They're on my phone, but they were pretty good. They weren't as good as usual. No, they were good. Once I got down to it, where there was a little more sauce, it was better. But I think my sister, we had a really good time. I was just glad for the wings. Tommy was there again. He's like, oh, you're hanging around this guy. Well, you don't look anything like. He was like, saying how pretty she was, which is the right thing to do. You're related to this guy? It's kind of funny. There's nothing better than that accent. Catalina, you just came out? You're gay? Oh, you came out of an exam. Okay. You know what, Catalina? You can't come out of an exam and say you do terribly. We all know what the story with that is. You're one of those people that says, oh my God, I did terrible in that exam. Then you're going to get the exam back. You're like, oh, I got an A. I don't know. Oh my God, that's so weird. I know you're one of those girls because you fucking teach the class. So don't tell me that you're doing bad in an exam. I don't know how you worked out where you teach the class. Last year, you showed me pictures of you teaching the class, like you somehow student teach the class. So you must be pretty damn smart. Shut up, Catalina. Stay in here. You are not out. I am making fun of you, and you can expect more of that if you come to town, and you know it. I'm just mocking you because we all know those kind of girls. Yes, please stay. Everything's going to be great. You need to stay here, Catalina. Yeah, I'm always a jerk. This is what I do. You love it. And we're going to make you smile today. And the chat room's going to help you through what you thought you did bad on a test. I'm sure you did not. I thought this was a good conversation. I'm giving her tough love.
No, you're kind of being a jerk. So, you're being a real so-and-so there, Dave.
Well, I have a friend named Katie who used to do that all the time. Look, even Aunt Judy wants you to stay, Catalina, and you can meet Aunt Judy in person if you come to town. Now, if that's not a reason to come to town, you come all the way from Chile to come to New York City, and I take you to New Jersey, well, I mean, that's just, how can you not want to do that? Why are we going to New Jersey? Don't worry about it. It's cool. You'll love it. Anyway, I don't have a podcast this week, but I'll tell you next week. Funny Girl was terrific. Mike, I'm seeing Life of Pi this Friday. That they made into not a I thought it was a musical, but it's just a regular play. And my favorite thing, little thing we call puppetry. And I don't know if you guys saw Puppetry of the Penis, but I really will go to anything with the word puppetry in it. Yipes. Does anybody remember that or not?
I remember. I remember.
You think I'm making it up or
no? I remember seeing a thing on HBO about it.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay, I know I was making it up. Anonymous says she didn't like the book or the movie, so I think I'm passing. Well, my sister said it was great. Oh, you don't want to see? Yeah, it is really good, Anonymous. It was fantastic. Who's Bush 1G?
I don't know. They're happy to be here.
Well, hello, welcome to the show. Very nice to see you. Thank you for joining us today.
Are you going to tell them to go to hell too, Dave?
Yeah. Listen, you always come in and say, I love that Titi just keeps saying lame. That's exactly like she's like doing my bits. Oh, anyway, I am really excited to be here. I'm really happy today. I walked all the way here. It's really hot today. I think this is the hottest day of the year so far, maybe for a few hours. And I'm just glad to be here in the studio with my friend Mike and having a good show. And I don't know, I'm really glad to be here. I can't wait to get down to some business. Why don't we show what's going on in the news today, Mike? We'll show the first slide we have today, and then take it from there, see if anybody has anything to chime in. And we have pouring rain, lightning, and thunder. You do? I keep missing the rain. I've been very lucky this year. Yeah, it's humid. Yeah, so check this out, right? So this idiot, so this guy goes down to, I don't know, Jamaica or something. He's on a vacation. And at wherever this is, like a resort, Jamaica, Bahamas, whatever it is, this guy, they have a drink pool menu where you have to drink 21 drinks. If you can drink the 21 drinks in one day, you get like a t-shirt. And this guy like met these two girls and he has a family and everything, but he met these two and he was just, they're like, oh, we're trying to finish it, but they're doing it a day. But apparently this guy must have done 11 drinks straight and then he died.
Wow.
He's an idiot. And so then the next slide is his family trying to do, Jamaica, trying to do a GoFundMe page to bring his dead body home. Oh. And you're like, your dad is an idiot. So it's a tough sell. He was British. That's right. Am I being rude again? I mean, it's like, I don't know.
It's kind of hard to donate to that.
It's hard to donate to that because of his foolishness that, he's older. I think he might've been around my age or maybe a little younger. Don't be stupid. I mean, if you're talking about beer, that's different. I mean, in college, there used to be a beer menu, and if you could drink all the beers at this one bar, you get a t-shirt, but it was over a period of time. You had to try them all. Yeah, he wasn't even close. Exactly, Jenny. He was only 11 drinks in, and then, it was a mess. His hat says just his person sass. Exactly. What a fool. Anyway, this next one, speaking of which, is from last week, actually. This is Ron DeSantos bartending and making it very clear there would be no Bud Light served. That's going to be our next president, folks. Making sure that trans people don't get a fair shake of anything. Fuck Bud Light. I swear, I'm not kidding. That is, he said, hey, I won't be serving Bud Light. I'm not making that up. It's not good. Today, or about a week ago, if you go to the next picture, this is a jerk. This is a real picture of a girl on a subway who's, I guess, on Instagram. And she says she will not let men sit next to her on the subway because she's been harassed. So she puts her purse down, and people she say, "Hey, the subway's really crowded. Can you please use your purse?" And she won't do it. And that's just being an asshole. I mean, don't ride the subway if you're afraid of getting harassed, right? I mean, you can't do this.
Yeah, I mean, because other people besides men can sit down.
Exactly. I mean, but the way she put it, she goes, "I won't let any men sit down, even old people, even old men." And I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm out." Yeah, everybody loves Mike.
Well, maybe you shouldn't harass her on the subway, Dave.
I know. I think I was the one that did it. Well, I had to take off her headphones and be like, "I said hello." I just saw that Catalina. She's like, "I am not acknowledging Dave's presence today." So if you go to the next one, this guy just died last week. Yeah, you remember this guy? He was one of my favorite. I mean, I know he did a whole bunch of other stuff, but man, in Back to School, this is the absolute best. But we will be concentrating on the legitimate business practice. Now, where should we build this factory? How about Fantasyland? And then he does that great thing where he drops a stick.
Yeah.
He's so thrown off by that comment. It's so great. Well, let's just say we're making tape recorders. Tape recorders? Are you kidding? The Japs will kill us on the mortgage. Stuff you can't say anymore. He says, the Japs will kill us. Yeah, if you go to the next one, it's the great when he's opening the, what do you call it? The breaking ground.
Mhm.
And it's so funny. It's such a stupid movie. It's so obvious that why is this guy in his car at the ceremony? You know he's going to get hit by that dirt. And yet that's what makes it kind of great too. They don't make movies like that anymore. They're so obvious. That's why I need to get into the movies so I can bring it back to old school. This next picture was just in the paper today.
Yeah.
This guy, this explorer, found an abandoned house in Canada, and it's full of these dolls. Nobody knows who lives there. Nobody knows what happened there. And those dolls, he didn't place them there. They're all surrounding the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real creepy. Wait till you see the next one. This happened. He didn't do this. He came in and saw it like this. If that isn't the greatest thing. See, this is what I'm going to need to do to my house when somebody finds me dead. So, like, what happened here? We'll never know. Yeah, creepy is.
Well, these are pandas. They're less creepy than the other dolls.
I agree, but why are they having that tea party in his house?
Oh, because it's noon.
Because it's noon? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Why is that guy on the side? He doesn't get included. It's not fair.
He's just the appraiser.
Oh, man. Can you imagine walking into that house and just seeing that and then staying around? I'd be like, dude, I'm getting out of here. I mean, what could happen? But I mean, what if you've never seen a movie before? Yeah, week later says, burn it down. Hi, Cammie. And here's the last one. This is the best. This happened last night. Thank you, Cammie. This next one, Mike. LSU, college-wise, beat Florida in the World Series of college, and they won the championship. They didn't just win 10-2. They won like 18-2 or something by a big margin. And this was caught on camera about this girl shooting down this guy who they say was asking her out or something, and she wanted to have nothing to do with him. And it's all, I mean, the only way this shot is better is if it's me asking her out.
Is that Livy Dunn or something like that?
Is that who?
Livy Dunn or something like that?
It's not a celebrity.
I know, but like the other podcast we were on, they were talking about her.
About this girl?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think so.
What'd they say?
Oh, he was just bringing up her Instagram.
But so this has been on Instagram too?
No, she has been on Instagram. People are talking about her because of what she looks like.
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all.
But no, this is not the same person.
Well, I don't know whether she goes to LSU or Florida because I can't tell, but LSU might have had the hottest girls. I mean, they have all those Instagram people that just do sports that are beautiful, Yeah. But that guy doesn't deserve her. He's disgusting. Look at him. He's so annoying. But she tells him to back off multiple times. There's a video where he's just like, okay. But then he's good about it. He's like, all right. That's the end.
You're like, excuse me, can I sit down?
Yeah. But also, it's so funny. Bud Light, in a brilliant move, because where does Bud Light go from here? In Canada, they sponsored Pride. They sponsored a Pride parade or whatever Pride was up there, sponsored by Bud Light. Brilliant going the opposite way, right? Because smart. But the Pride was like attended by naked men and children. So now, people who hate Bud Light hate it even more. I mean, it's over here in America, at least for a while, for who knows what the fuck reason. But you would question anyone that drinks Bud Light as their favorite beer anyway. As you know, I love Budweiser cans. Budweiser, not Bud Light. I mean, if you're going to drink piss beer, at least drink the king of beers. And I don't need a dietary beer if I'm going to have, that's like, I don't have Diet Coke. I have regular Coke. Because I really believe that Diet Coke doesn't work. So I'm like, if I'm going to have soda, I want soda.
Wait, what do you mean Diet Coke doesn't work?
Well, I mean, I think the people that drink Diet Coke think they're dieting.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't be having soda at all.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm going to have soda, and I always have soda as a treat, I'm having the real thing, which ironically is what Coke is called. So I have the real thing and the king of beers. I live on the edge. But brilliant move of Bud Light to sponsor Pride Parade. And what, Andrew, you're fighting me now? What does that mean? Why is she mad at me?
I don't know.
Because of the Catalina thing?
Probably.
You people. I tried to call Catalina this week. She didn't even take my call.
Well, I think we can see why.
Well, now, yeah, I know why. Meanwhile, it was great talking to Marcy because Marcy's so funny. You got to love her. I mean, she was like, hey, listen, Dave, I'd love to talk to you. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if I ever called her before. I just called her checking on her and her grandfather. She goes, Dave, I'd love to talk to you, but right in the middle of the Reds game. And, yeah, and it was the middle of the afternoon, but they were on a huge winning streak. They won like 11 or 12 or 13 games. And she's like, yeah, Dave, please. I don't have a lot of time. Like, it was really funny. And no, I'm not. Oh, we're talking nonsense before. This isn't nonsense, what I'm saying. Yeah, I have. Oh, what's new, Anonymous? But it was so fun. I love the fact that she loves the Reds and just sports in general is like the best. And then she said, well, we're going to have trouble with the Braves. And they did. I don't know whether they even won a game. I'm not sure. I hate the Braves so much. Well, you got that right, Jenny. A cold PBR in a can is nice too. I like those too. They used to sell it at, what's the name of that place? It was like a barbecue place, legendary, like a biker bar down in the meatpacking district. I used to go there all the time, and they had PBRs in cans. Also, a place in the East Village that I used to go to called Three of Cups. And we'd go downstairs, and that was another biker place that used to have PBR cans, which I liked a lot. Oh, you beat them in the first game. Oh, right. Sanchez, you can get those for $2 here. Good Beer Weekly. Not like calling back would make much difference when he is that annoying. Come on, Catalina. Everybody loves you. What's that?
Oh, a picture I took on Sunday.
What is it?
It's a picture I took on Sunday at Madison Square Garden.
You took this?
Yeah.
So what is that, on 34th Street?
I can't remember. Whatever Madison Square Garden's on.
No, it looks amazing. So the Empire State Building and okay, no wait.
Yeah, it's the Empire State.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of where it's that must be 34th Street.
Something like that.
Because
it's right. Yeah.
Boy, that looks great. Why don't they light that arena up more often like that?
I don't know.
That looks really pretty. I know they're talking about moving Madison Square Garden, which is so crazy.
But what?
Yeah, they're talking about moving it.
Ow.
Well, because they want to fix Penn Station and they can't do it with Madison Square Garden on top of it. So they're talking about moving them somewhere else, which they probably should do. I mean, that when they're doing construction there, that is the worst, right? Going to a show there.
I mean, Penn Station's kind of nice now. When I first moved here, it was a toilet, and now it's kind of nice.
Oh, when you first moved here,
I mean, it was worse before that too.
It was fucking awful. Have you ever been to the new one where the post office was?
It's
It's beautiful. There's a whole nother area.
Yeah.
You've
That's
been
what I'm-
there?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Isn't that oh, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Isn't that amazing?
where the escalator is and all that.
I don't know. It's across the street on 8th Avenue between 8th and 9th.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that's really nice now.
It's brand new. We don't understand what the story is with it because nobody uses it. Like they're still going to the shithole. So it's very confusing on what it is. Yeah, I don't know, TT. I don't know where they're planning on moving it. They're just talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, to Cincinnati.
Michigan. They're gonna move it to Michigan.
That's funny. I was in the Path at WC for the first time on Sunday. Yeah, right. The Anonymous, the Path train. What they did when they rebuilt the Oculus, it's beautiful. Really beautiful there. It's nice. I think I took some pictures for the bonus show if you were on Patreon. Anywho, I guess we can go to the slides I prepared today. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask me or Mike before we move on? Because I'm having a really good time. Really glad we're here today. I'm actually kind of glad we're alone. And I love this studio, Mike. It's really nice. It's a pleasant time. I think we always look good in it. You make it look good. You're so on top of your game when you're here. All right. Kentucky, if I recall, Marcia, whatever. I'm saying everybody. All right, we'll open with this. This is all we would be doing, TT, is just looking at these slides and talking, and then you'd maybe comment if you felt like it or not, you know. That's all I'm saying. So this is President, what is his name, Biden? And they're taking I believe it's the president of India. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much. I think so too, even though, I'm a dick. That is why we like the show, right? I mean, you love the dickiness a little. This is the Indian prime minister. And the reason why I like this picture, for one thing, they invited him in, is that I love that shot. This is the way Washington was made. I guess that's, I don't think is that the Lincoln Memorial in the very back? Because remember, it's made on, you never see it from the White House point of view. It's the White House, the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and the Capitol building. I think it's all supposed to be in a 4-square thing, and it's supposed to be intimidating.
The Jefferson Memorial?
Is it the Jefferson? I can't. I just didn't think the Jefferson Memorial was part of the 4 parts, but that's why it looks like the That's why I got confused, because the Jefferson Memorial is more domed. Yeah, Lincoln is more square. But I love that picture. Because right?
Yeah, it's got the dome.
Yeah, so I guess that could be maybe the dome's behind it. So maybe that is the Lincoln Memorial. No, you're probably right. Because the Lincoln Memorial goes to the reflecting pool, right? So I don't know. I haven't been to Washington in such a long time. What a fun place to visit. Anyway, the reason I was also showing this picture is that the president of India's name is Modi. So the next shot, of course, is Modi. How many of you know Modi? He's terrific. Let's go to the next one, please. Oh, this is King Charles. Again, they're celebrating this guy like nonstop. Like it was his birthday, and they're all doing like a flyover there on top over there. I mean, all they're doing is celebrating this guy. He's like the worst. And if you look at the next picture, I guess the next day, I mean, this is what I do for my birthday. Go to the track. I didn't know there was a Princess Sophie who's married to Princess Edward. I didn't know there was another son.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, and she's kind of pretty. So I like that. But yeah, look at them. They're just, I mean, and this looks exactly like the next picture where I thought, if some of you are older, My Fair Lady at the horse track, where they're all doing the same expression. And I don't know whether that means their horse came in or it didn't come in. Did the horse they didn't expect to win? Did they lose money? It's a very strange expression. Meanwhile, that dress that Audrey Hepburn is wearing, I think, went for like millions of dollars at an auction. Yeah, Anonymous. Modi's a Jewish. Yeah, he's going to be at that Judy festival with Jeff Ross as well at Coney Island, August 8th, I believe. Yeah, Modi's terrific. Great guy too. Let's go to the next one, Michael. So this is a rodeo in Portland, Oregon. And the only reason this was on Juneteenth. The only reason I took this is because that bull, what do you think it looks like, Mike?
Oof.
I mean, doesn't he look like he's a colored bull, like he's yellow?
You can't talk like that anymore.
No, I know. When I was saying it, I really like talking that way, but I wasn't making this joke that time. But he looks like he's yellow.
Yeah, he has like a yellow.
You notice that too, right?
Yeah.
So I thought maybe they did what the next slide is, which is that's what I was thinking of. What is it called? The horse of many color, or in the Wizard of Oz? I have the next one too. And I found out how they made them that color. When I was watching, I was like, oh my God, back in 1939, they were probably painting them because nobody cared about animals or cruelty to animals. But I found out all it was a Jell-O rub that apparently was not toxic to horses. Like they did care. I read some stuff. I also read about this. If you go to the next one.
Yeah. They're called horses of a different color.
Horses of a different color. And it's with Jell-O. Well,
cool.
those thing. Yeah. So this is two little people getting into a fight. The Munchkins. Thank you, Anonymous. Yeah. Getting into a fight, and the director, Victor Fleming's got to stop them. It's hilarious. There's nothing funnier than the Munchkins going after each other.
Especially when they have that fake stomach on.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well,
the bear. Right, right. So Judy Garland has said that the Munchkins used to grope her all the time and reach under her dress and like really fuck with her.
Mm-hmm.
I just found this out recently. This poor fucking girl, if you want to feel bad, and we know half of the stuff. First of all, this guy, Victor Fleming, was a scumbag. He was a director. What do you mean aliens in Vegas? Is that a news story?
I guess. I didn't know about that.
I don't know about it either.
I'm behind.
So this guy was such a scumbag. He used to like slap Judy Garland if she didn't do it right. Meanwhile, on the flip side of that, this guy directed The Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind in the same year. That's unbelievable. And like I don't think he was known for anything else.
Yeah, I don't think he slapped Clark Gable.
Is that true?
No, I said I don't think he.
Right. Of course, yeah, he didn't slap Clark Gable.
You know why? Because he didn't write the first time.
Judy couldn't remember her lines. Meanwhile, her mother used to give her pills to keep her up so she could keep working, and then she'd give her pills to sleep, and she would sneak them. So this poor girl was a mess. It's like not her fault.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I mean, we know most of it, but you do feel a little bad for her.
Have you seen that movie, Under the Rainbow?
Of course, with Chevy Chase, and Carrie Fisher. It's horrible, and yet there is something to it. So, Under the Rainbow is a movie from the 80s that was made about the making of The Wizard of Oz, and there's a murder, I think, between the Munchkins. Is that what it is?
I can't remember.
Something like that. Chevy Chase,
the
Private
hotel
Eye.
where the Munchkins are staying.
Yeah. The only part I remember is Pat McCormick as the elevator operator, and these Japanese tourists, midget tourists, I think, are in the elevator, and the mob rubs them out with machine guns. And Pat McCormick, the elevator door reopens, and Pat McCormick as the elevator operator, they're all dead. And he goes, "I could have held the elevator, sir." That's the only part I remember. But apparently there was trouble on that set as well with the Munchkins. So,
yeah, but it's the one where Billy Barty plays the tiny nut.
That's right. And the other thing is that, she was saying she's 15 here, 16, and these Munchkins were 40. So she was also being groped by old men. So I find that fascinating. I'm sorry I didn't know about the aliens in Vegas. There's always been aliens in Vegas. Isn't that where Area 51 is? Well, you guys never saw Independence Day? They still have that spaceship there. It's ready to go just in case we need it. Let's go to the next one, Mike. And you know how we love these, the cliff diving in Paris this time. I got to find out when this is on. I guess it's not on regular TV. I would totally sit on a Saturday afternoon and watch this. But I love starting with the first one where it doesn't look like there's any water. Yeah. And where's this guy jumping? So I think I have like 4 of them. You go to the next one. I think then you'll see You see the water there, but it still looks so cool. What's the next one? Did you just say too soon on the Judy Garland stuff? That's funny. Isn't that great? This would be so much fun to watch live. Look at the next one. It's just so cool. I love diving. I like watching diving in the Olympics.
You want? Yeah, it's on their YouTube channel.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wonder when the next one is. It's all summer long. They just keep doing it. But is it live on YouTube or is it on regular TV?
No, it's just on YouTube. Well, they put it on the YouTube channel live.
So, Mike, why do I have this one up? What am I planning? What's that extra diving board doing there, Mike?
Oh, the triple.
You got that right. You go to the next one. That's Rodney's stunt double, of course. Oh, the fucking triple Lindy. The second back to school reference today. That movie rules. Goddamn triple Lindy. Apparently there's a foot. Oh yeah, that's okay. No, that's okay. I was ready. This is an explosion in Paris. And it's funny, the street looks like, oh, how quaint, a Paris street. Even the explosion would be so nice to be in Paris. And then if you go to the next photo, this is the explosion that happened 2 days ago in Chinatown at an e-bike store. And you're like, even though it's the same length of a street, it just looks like such shit. You go to the next one, it's the same thing. Actually, this one looks a little better, but Paris just looks so nice. And this is Chinatown's so gross. And these e-bikes, it's funny that it's a sign. It says e-bike repair. Anybody that doesn't know this is going to happen and why the mayor doesn't have an e-bike inspector going to a store that blatantly to check all the e-bike batteries, right? Mm. We know they're causing all these explosions and fires. Here's a store that's carrying them. Let's make sure they're up to code just like you would at a restaurant. That's right, Teethy. You tell them. See, you would have been a great guest today if you were sitting there going like, hey, let me tell you something about the mayor. I might be young. I don't appreciate him. That's what we needed you to do today. Well, of course, we like the food in Chinatown, but, it's still gross. There's a lot of rats. But these e-bikes are pissing me off because it's so obvious. That you have to you can't have them inside. How many more people have to die? Yeah, it just exploded.
Wait, it's happening a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. These e-bikes have the lithium batteries, and it doesn't happen with the city bikes. So somehow they use a better lithium battery. But these ones for the people that are delivering have these really cheap ones, and they plug it inside, and it's been killing people.
A lot of times they're not refurbished properly.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Because they're using cheap ones. Where I think
the battery itself is repaired, and they're not repaired.
But City Bike seems to be. They haven't had any issues, and they must have a storage area of some 300 batteries, right? I mean, they got to change the batteries every day in the city. Well, we do like that, Jenny. Let's go on.
How many batteries are going to explode?
Well, the thing is, a week late is that, it takes one battery to start a fire, and then it explodes, and then it just, builds. It doesn't, you don't need a whole bunch of them. But yeah, then the whole place went up because then it's full of other batteries that when they caught fire, they all exploded. This is like a concert. What's it called? Arcadia. In I don't know where it is, and it's a big concert, right? This is what I want the Teethy here for, because I'm curious. So, but they got this really cool arachnoid that blows out flames, right? So it's real fun. So go to the next one, Mike. This is why I want the Teethy here. I was like, does she know any of these bands? Glastonbury, wherever that is. I've never heard of any of these bands except for the Chemical Brothers. I've heard of. Is it all DJs? Or is it bands?
It looks like DJs. But...
And I mean, it's like they have this huge thing and people are going crazy. I've never heard of one of those. I mean, see, and neither does that makes me feel so much better. This is what I wanted you here, Teethy. I was like, does she know any of these bands? Teethy's the one that turned me on to cigarettes after sex. And then I ended up hanging out with those guys. And they're the best. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, this is Hellfest 2023. These are all those outdoor concerts that everybody's doing. There's so many of them this time of the year. This is in France. I like these things where everybody goes crazy. It's just that, like, you know, I'd probably never go to one of these things, but let's say I would have if I was younger. You know, it sucks if you're going for one band, you know, because you're not going to know 30 of them. You can go to the next one. Oh, Catalina, I hope you're still here. This is in Santiago, Chile. It's a skateboarding. It was National Skateboarding Day. I was wondering if you knew about this, if you went by it, and if it ruined your day because everybody was packed on the street skateboarding, as it would to me, old man Juskow. So I'm just curious. You'll let us know. I think she might have left. Maybe I finally got to her. Yeah, what's the next one? Oh, well, you know how we love doing this. These are this is a modeling show again, and it's in Paris. A runway show for a men's, the classic anonymous, funny every time. I mean, come on, what the fuck is? Oh yeah, but Chile had bigger issues last week. Well, tell us what they were, Catalina, and put a picture of yourself in the little bubble. Oh, I tell you that I don't speak to you today. Understood. You tell us later. Tell the chat room at least. Anyway, Mike, this is ridiculous. What is happening? And why aren't we making clothing for modeling? Because we can, clearly.
They're dressed as Undertale characters.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. Let's go to the next one. I think it's the same deal, but it's in Milan instead. This is a fashion show for a new spring or fall fashion. I mean, come on. What is happening? How are we not designing stuff? You don't think we could make that last one? Just put a plastic bag around yourself and dress in. Yeah, I mean, come on.
That one's just dangerous.
I should make, instead of doing the show on July 31st with comedy, I think I'll make it a fashion show and just have everybody kind of walk up and down the stage as like a runway. I'll run in the back, you know, where you come on stage. Mike is wearing a sweater vest, and I mean, this is just stupid. Yeah, bulletproof fashion. Let's go to the next one. Right. Well, at least this for some reason, this is at summer solstice in Stonehenge. Summer solstice, solstice, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like, again, there's no reason to dress up for summer solstice at Stonehenge. It'd be fun to go to Stonehenge, but why are you dressing up? Why would you want? I mean, that's a cool. I love the pink Darth Vader. I think that's great.
That's a stormtrooper, nerd.
Oh, sorry. Oh boy, you're the nerd. I should be grateful. Are you writing a book on how not to get laid? Right. Sorry. But what that should be, well, maybe it was made for Pride Month, but like, why would you want to wear that mask the entire day at Stonehenge? You know, that's all I ever think of. I'm like, God, that's a lot of commitment. I don't know what the weather was like that day, but I love it though for Pride.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool in that sense. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, this is a bee full of pollen. Now, it's covered in pollen. Is this the way it works? This is a good thing, right?
Yeah, this is a bee doing a Carrie Fisher impression.
What do you mean? Oh, with like Coke?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. But this is what bees are supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be covered in pollen, and they give it back and they send it, and that's why we're in big trouble with the bees. But it also is a disaster in the sense of like, everybody's allergic to pollen. So it's like, not only might you get stung by the bee, but you might also get allergies. It looks like double jeopardy. And the funny thing is like, bees are, you know, so scary, but that bee looks so cute covered in pollen.
Yeah.
It's like a very strange photo. And I love it. And the bee's doing its job, which is good. Because remember, you know, the bees are in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to the next one. And that, remember we had last week, we had a giant piece of shit made out of garbage, a pile of shit. Remember on the beach? At least this one makes more sense. This is in Switzerland. This guy Sapi drew this to also show about recycling and waste. I like this. This is much better than that pile of shit. It's like a painting in the park. I like that kind of stuff. And next one. This is the migration that everybody's talking about, the cricket migration of 2023. This is in Nevada. I didn't even know this was a thing, but it reminds me of cicadas when they come out. I guess they're, well, maybe we can ask Nick Griffin if he's been getting bombarded by crickets in his bedroom or something. I guess I didn't even know crickets were a thing or a problem, because the only cricket we know is the next one, of course. Well, I know you, you know me. I'm going to live to be 103. I play safe for you and me because I'm no fool. Everybody, how many people saw the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio?
I didn't get a chance to.
It was great.
I heard it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was really great. And the guy that played Jiminy Cricket was really good too. So let's go to the next one. I was just looking at the chat to see if they have anything to say. Oh, God. So what do I hate about this? International Yoga Day can suck it. See, this is in Times Square, folks. Now, you would say, how does this affect Dave Juskow? Well, fortunately, and this was on a weekday, okay? So this was on the 21st of June. I don't know what day that was, but it's a weekday. So you're already fucking everybody. The thing is, if this is on a Thursday when I take the car right out of, many times, Waze tells me to go through Times Square. I hate when they tell me that, but they tell me it's going to be faster to take my car down through Times Square and make a right on 42nd Street. And I'm like, what? Are you nuts? So this would be a day that would completely back me up. And they'd be like, why is there traffic? And if somebody was going to tell me a copy like, oh, it's International Yoga Day. Let me tell you, yesterday, Mike, I'm taking the Revel scooter back home, going up the West Side Highway, and I keep getting stopped by these cops. And I thought I was in trouble for, I don't know, blowing bubbles and with bubble gum or something. They were saying stop, like to me, like wait here. I guess the president was in town. And I just can't win. I'm on a fucking motor scooter or a bike and I can't even win.
Yeah.
And this would totally have spoiled my day of just trying to get out of the city. You got to be kidding.
Yeah. Dave nearly got in the line of fired.
Yeah, exactly. Like, stop. And I'm like, why?
Isn't this the guy from the LSU?
I believe it is. Well, that guy's a genius. He'll go anywhere to get laid. Well, you kind of got to respect. See, now I'm looking at, you're right. They're all women. I should have gone to this. On the flip side of that, look at the next picture. Well, yeah, that's kind of cute. The dog's like, why'd you bring us to this? It is kind of rude to bring your dogs because you don't know what they're doing. Are they going to pee? Are they doing anything? I mean, it looks like they're well behaved, but it's kind of rude to the other people that you bought your dogs, but they do look very well behaved. So I don't know, Aunt Judy, if he knew he was in NYC, but I guess it was definitely him. They don't just stop traffic like that for anybody, I guess. What's the next one? I think we're winding down.
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
That's my car. I'm kidding. This happened in Wisconsin, but it looks like my car.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the only thing that would be funnier than this shot is if it was my car. This plane just landed on the street, and I don't think anybody was injured, ironically. But that's what I need to happen to my car so I can get a new one. So if you are flying anywhere in New Jersey on Thursday, please think about hitting my car in Edison. I'll be in Edison. You can make the landing strip at Menlo Park Mall. Tell me what time you'll be there, and I'll be waiting. I'll park in a nice place where nobody is, where you can go down the runway and nobody has to get hurt except my car. And then don't play this tape back. And I think it's the last one, maybe. Oh, Mike, do you know where this is? I don't know where. I keep forgetting where you live. This is in Austin, Texas.
Oh, this is what, Barton Springs?
Where do you live?
San
Damn it!
San Antonio.
I get it mixed up every time.
I know Barton Springs.
What is it? Barton Square?
Springs. Isn't this Barton Springs?
I don't know. It's a pool. It was hot weather and they were just having a nice aerial shot. It looks beautiful there. I mean, except for it's being a public pool, I guess, but that's a big pool, I think.
Well, it's a natural spring.
Oh, is that right?
They put like walls up, so it's not like a chlorine pool.
Oh, but you can swim in it?
Yeah. Well, they are.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Austin looks really nice. Looks like a pleasant place to live.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, if you can get out of the city that quickly and just be in trees, that seems nice.
I mean, that's just Texas in general.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, fresh water.
Oh, I was looking. I was seeing what Jenny was saying. She said something. She got a story. What's the next one? Oh yeah, this is the last one, I think.
Yeah.
So this is in Madrid. This looks amazing on a summer evening. This woman, I don't know her name, is playing the piano on the water with the guitar accompaniment. It reminded me, and I don't know, Mike, if you've ever seen it. Have you ever seen Vicky Cristina Barcelona?
No.
It's a Woody Allen movie. It's terrific. And there's this one scene where Javier Bardem takes Rebecca Hall to see, like, do you like Spanish guitar? And she goes, yeah. He goes, would you like to go now? Now it's like 11:30 at night, which is what I would say. And they go to see something like this, in Spain. And it reminded me of that and how I believe I would like to do something like that. Yeah, Anonymous, that movie's fantastic, right? Mike, you should see it. It's one of the best Woody Allen movies he ever made. It's that good. It's very, very good. It unfortunately Scarlett Johansson, who I don't care for, but Rebecca Hall, who I don't like now because she is, giving Woody Allen shit. I get it, but Woody Allen made you, so fuck you. But she is phenomenal in this movie. She didn't get nominated, I don't think, but it's the thing about Woody Allen, man. He writes such good dialogue for women. I know it doesn't make sense, but there aren't a lot of writers or directors, even in this day and age, that can pull off writing for a woman. And this movie, let alone a lot of his movies, like a Blue Jasmine or something like that, her transformation and the way she is and her acting with the dialogue and the kind of character she is so good. And such a transformation and such a miracle of movie making and script writing. It's really great. Penelope Cruz won an Oscar for it, and she's only in the movie for like 10 minutes. And Javier Bardem is really great. And I don't know how he puts this stuff out. He's got a new movie that nobody's releasing. It's all in French, and it's supposed to be fantastic. And this is probably a swan song. And I just hope in the years to come, people somehow just concentrate on his greatness of movie making and not the other stuff. It sucks. Obviously, he's never been convicted. But if he never married his stepdaughter, they probably would have put this under the table. But unfortunately, now it's 2 instances. So it's a major bummer because it's really that Vicky Cristina in Barcelona is really great. I highly recommend it. What movie you got coming up this week, Mike?
Oh, well, real quick, I just wanted to do another thing.
Yeah, there's Billy Barty, Carrie Fisher, beautiful Carrie Fisher. Who's the woman? Is that Debbie Reynolds? Are they in the movie together?
I don't know.
A troop of midgets runs, you can't even write that anymore, runs wild through a 30s Hollywood audition for the classic movie was about Chevy Chase stars Secret Service agent in this madcap comedy. Yeah, it's not good, folks. It's not. When I was talking about Vicky Cristina Barcelona, that is not. Don't watch. This is like my students when they're like, "Wait, should we watch Porky's?" No, I'm just making a point. I highly don't recommend this. However, if your curiosity is getting to you, then of course. But this is not required watching.
Yeah. You're asking about Retrospective Promenade?
Yeah.
Last week we watched White Lightning with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
that precursor. And this week it was Fresh, the '90s movie that wasn't Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society.
I remember that one. I liked that very much.
You liked Fresh?
I loved it.
It's
think.
Home Alone meets Menace to
Yeah,
Society.
yeah. It was that little kid, right?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I don't know why. I remember watching it in the 90s, and I was like, this is pretty good. Yeah,
Well,
he takes on like the mob, right? Yeah.
No,
Like,
he.
the drug dealers, no?
Yeah, it's a movie that would have ended with a boy getting killed in the first.
Yeah,
5
right,
minutes.
right. Okay.
So-
Yeah, I guess that's why I liked it, because it was like a fantasy. Yeah, I thought that was the one. I remember that watching it all those years ago. And excellent. You're so right. But I guess that's why I liked it. I liked the fantasy of it. And your excellent point putting it like Home Alone. That's so funny. That's so funny. There was a huge, I don't know whether you guys could hear it, a huge fire truck outside, because if there's a fire here, this is like trying to, I mean, we're doomed. A fire truck can barely get, with these sheds, the fire truck hits the Comedy Cellar shed all the time.
Really?
It can barely get through. It's such a disaster with these sheds.
They're tearing more of them down. The one at the stand got torn down.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why?
I was told it's because they had their name painted on it or something like that.
Their name on it?
Yeah, I think that's why. Like
They can't have their name on the shed?
Yeah, all the ones in my neighborhood are just painted one color now.
That's weird.
Yeah, I guess that's the rule. I don't know. I don't read.
Yeah,
The
sheds are awful. I don't like eating in them. And like I said, right across the street from my house, Mike, is a restaurant that has no indoors, only sheds. And they're packed every night. They serve Middle Eastern food. No indoor seating.
Oh, wow.
It's weird.
Like Mamoon's right here.
Like what? Yeah, right. No, but that's like they don't have seating at all.
No, I understand, but like Mamoon's in front of it has like two chairs inside.
Right. No, this has the big shed on one side and a big shed on First Avenue.
Oh, wow.
They have two sheds they're on the corner.
Mhm.
But no, they refuse to build the inside. I guess they don't want to waste the money. It's kind of brilliant. I think they're making a fortune.
Yeah.
It's packed every night. Meanwhile, I was talking about this on the podcast last week, if you heard it. It's always crowded. And so right at the end of my thing, I was carrying a Taco Bell bag. I wonder if it was the night we were together. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was in a good mood. And all these people are blocking my way to get home. You know, it's like I'm getting home and all they're blocking the way and they're not moving. And they don't see me and I just sit there and I didn't say anything. And then they just start talking and they're like, oh, we need to talk to Chris, see where we're going next. I'm like, yeah, Chris is going to know. and they start talking and nobody's saying anything. They're looking at me, but they just don't say anything and they don't move. And I'm an old man with a Taco Bell bag. I'm obviously not with them. So I'm like, has anyone talked to Chris? If Chris will know where we're going. He always knows the answer. And they're still not even saying, dude, you think you're funny, or let's move and let this guy pass. I just went with them and then I started walking with them until we got to the corner. And then they're like, yeah, let's go get high. And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And they just never acknowledged my presence. It was so weird. Why are you leaving, Catalina?
Oh, she has to go get a rest from a hard day.
Well, all right, fine. I'm sure you did good on the test, Catalina. You got to relax.
And we love you too.
Anyway, I guess you know what? I need to see Raiders of the Lost Ark or the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Oh, the new one.
It comes out like in 3 days, I think.
Yeah, this weekend.
I need to go see that. I need to see The Flash. I can't wait to see that. I'm very upset that kid is canceled.
Apparently, no one went to go see that movie.
Is that right?
It did not do well.
Really?
Apparently.
I thought it was supposed to be great because that kid ruined it. Finally, DC might have had a chance. Michael Keaton was coming back as Batman, and this kid ruined our good time. The Flash is like my favorite character. Shit. Pisses me off. Anyway, that's about it, I guess, for this week. So next week, Mike will be doing the show on Monday. We've also been toying with, before we went on, maybe doing a late night show because we can get really good guests if we do it late at night. I had originally said, why don't we tape it and we'll play it on Tuesday? But if you guys are up for doing like a 10, 11 o'clock show, we could do that.
Yep.
It wasn't something I thought we could do, but it's something. Then we could get Dave Attell on. We can get Dave and Nick. We can get Sam Morrell. We can get a lot of really good people if we do it a little later. So maybe that's something, if you're interested in, let us know. I know that's really late, but it could be fun.
Yep.
Could be like staying up late. It's like naughty. So yeah, that'll be cool. Plus, I guess we were talking about, because I've been toying with doing a Monday night show here at 11:30, like a comedy show, stand-up comedy show. Noam was kind enough to offer it to me yesterday. I'm like, I don't know, because that's late for me. Because it's late. Well, of course, Teefy, you're down. You're young. You can handle it. But yeah. Oh, I'm glad okay, if you guys are in, yeah, I think it'll be fun. Tuesday night late. That could be really fun. That's what Live from the Table was supposed to be anyway.
Yep.
That's what it used to be. They used to just record it late at night, but we do it live with the chat room. That would be super fun. Anyway, so Mike, I just saw that you have something going on. You're going to be doing a one-man show. You're the headliner at.
Oh yeah, I'll be headlining January 13th at the Laugh Out Loud in San Antonio. The rest of the weekend I'll be at. The weekend before I'll be at Plano, the House of Comedy with Sean Donnelly, and then this coming weekend I'll be at Laugh Out Loud in San Antonio with Ian Fidance.
With who?
Ian Fidance.
Oh, right, Ian Fidance, whose birthday is New Year's Eve.
Yep.
I will be at Uncle Vinny's on July 14th and 15th in New Jersey, if you so care to come down to Point Pleasant, New Jersey at 9 o'clock shows. And then on July 31st, I'll be right here at the Comedy Cellar. Oh, thank you, Aunt Judy. That's a big deal. She'll give up Gutfeld to see us. Yes. Oh, he said January 13th. Yes, of course, he meant July 13th.
Yeah, that's right, July 13th. Yeah.
I was thinking January 2 for some reason. I don't know why. I guess we're ready for football. So Mike, and his show he's doing, the movie you're doing this week, you just said was Fresh, right? We just had the conversation and I already forgot. I'm the worst. So Mike will be hosting, or Alon, Monday. So yes. No show Tuesday next week, Monday. And for me, tonight, Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire, Part 2. I hope you enjoyed Part 1 last week. That you got to listen this week if you get tonight. Alon and I did the parody together, and it's really bad. Really fun. You know what we did, Mike? I'll just, spoiler alert. We just named all the Billy Joel songs. Turn Around, Nocturne, da 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 da, something, whatever it is. Allentown, Scenes from Italian, something like that. So, oh, hi, Marilyn. How are you? So that's what's coming up this week on Billy Joel. Next week, no podcast for me, no Juskow in the City, no Billy Joel A to Z. Oh, you heard it, Anonymous? Thank you. It's just so horrible when Alon and I combine. I think it was he is the greatest writer. He wrote so many songs and only few went wrong. But we sound horrible together. So I said that's the bad part of it. I wish he could sing better because then we could make it really good. So that's what's happening. The week after that, on July 11th. No, the 13th. No, what's 7 days from the 4th? The 11th. We'll come back here. No. We'll be remote.
Yeah.
What about the week after that?
I think we'll be back.
Okay. So next week, no show. Well, the show Monday. Then we'll be back remote. Then we'll be back here with more guests and more fun and more good times on the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show, which is the best show that you're not watching, maybe, So thank you, chat room. I am reminded that Dave was snippy to me in DM earlier What? How was I snippy to you? Well, wait, who liked WJ? No way, Anonymous. nobody liked that one. Mike, I was telling everybody that a couple of years ago I went to California, so I put up a bonus podcast while I was away, and I called it WGUS, which was I just pretty much just DJ'd songs going into one another, and they were all like 80s rock songs. And people just told me, they were like, dude, I mean, I even listened to that. I really like your part, but come on, that sucks. But I don't know whether she's kidding or not. But
All right.
anyway, folks, I had such a good time being with, as you can see, I'm just having a good time. I don't want to leave. I had such a good time talking to you today and working with Mike as usual. I am excited for a little break for myself. And I hope you guys have such a great 4th of July, and I hope you have good plans. I don't know what I'm doing, if anything. I just know I'm off work, and that's a really good thing, Monday and Tuesday, which is terrific. And I hope everybody really has a great 4th on this wonderful American homemade holiday. I usually get fireworks, and it's super fun, but I didn't do any of that this year. And I don't care. I'm just looking forward to a little rest. And when we come back July 11, we'll come back blasting. Maybe hopefully I'll see all those movies back then and give you a little review action. I'll be seeing Life of Pi on Broadway. I'll tell you how that is. And that's all coming up in the coming weeks of the Cellar Nightly Show. We'll see you next week.